The 101st Airborne Division was about to face its greatest test since Normandy, and Easy Company would be at the very tip of the spear. The objective was a narrow, 60-mile corridor of Dutch highway, a single paved road running from the Belgian border north to the city of Arnhem. This was Operation Market Garden, the bold Allied plan to vault across the Rhine River and potentially end the war by Christmas of 1944. The British XXX Corps, a massive armored column, would race up this highway, while American and British airborne troops, including the 101st, would seize and hold the bridges along the route. The corridor was codenamed Hell's Highway, even before the first shot was fired. On September 17, 1944, Easy Company parachuted into Drop Zone C near the town of Son. Their initial mission was to secure the bridge over the Wilhelmina Canal. They accomplished this under heavy fire, but the strategic picture was already unraveling. British paratroopers at the far northern end of the corridor, in Arnhem, were meeting ferocious resistance. The British armored advance from the south was slower than planned, bogged down by narrow roads and stiff German opposition. This left the American airborne troops strung out along the highway, holding isolated positions against a German army that was rapidly reinforcing. Easy Company, now under the command of First Lieutenant Frederick Moose Haliger after the wounding of Lieutenant Winters, was ordered to defend a critical stretch of the highway near the town of Wegel. For the next 72 hours, from September 22nd to the 25th, Easy Company was cut off. German infantry, supported by armor including Panzer IV and Panther tanks, launched relentless attacks to sever the highway. The American paratroopers had no heavy anti-tank weapons organic to their company. They relied on a few precious bazookas, the 2.36-inch M1 and M9 models firing a 3.5-pound shaped charge rocket, and their personal weapons, the 30-caliber M1 Garand rifle and the 45-caliber Thompson submachine gun. They dug in on both sides of the raised highway, turning the ditches and adjacent fields into a killing zone. German 88mm flak guns, used in a direct-fire anti-tank and anti-personnel role, shelled their positions mercilessly. The paratroopers fought in a state of constant alert, repelling probing attacks and full-scale assaults that often came under the cover of fog or darkness. Resupply was sporadic. Ammunition, food, and medical supplies had to be airdropped or run up the gauntlet of the highway. The stand of Easy Company and the entire 101st Airborne on Hell's Highway was a tactical victory born of sheer tenacity. They held the corridor open long enough for the shattered remnants of the British 1st Airborne Division to retreat south from Arnhem after the failure of Market Garden. The operation's strategic objective, a bridgehead across the Rhine, was not achieved. The war would not end in 1944. However, the 101st's defense cemented their legendary status. They had been ordered to hold the highway, and against overwhelming odds, they did not yield an inch. The 72-hour stand demonstrated the critical importance of elite, motivated infantry in fixing a larger enemy force and defending a decisive point. It was a brutal lesson in airborne limitations. Light infantry could seize objectives, but could not hold them indefinitely without rapid armored relief. The story of Hell's Highway, and Easy Company's part in it, remains a foundational chapter in the history of the Screaming Eagles, a testament to the cost of high-risk strategy and the valor of the men who executed it.